Hello again, my name is Rodney Reynolds and welcome to another video review. Today I'll be looking at the Thermaltake Volcano 7 Plus cooler. What is included in this package is a little fan switcher box. This controls the fan at a low, medium, and high setting. This is the fan itself. Also, we have a copper heatsink. We have some screws here. These screws are to mount these pieces here. These pieces really depend on whether you're installing this cooler into a socket 370, 462, or a socket 478 based board. We also have some thermal compound included, a case badge, as well as the installation and removal guide. The fan is 70 by 70 by 25 millimeters, and the fan actually gets mounted on top of the heatsink like so. I'll show you how that's done a little later on. Also included is this little switcher box here with a low, medium, and high speed setting. At low, it spins at 3,000 RPMs and it's around 24 decibels. At medium, it's 4,800 RPMs at 35 decibels, and at high, it's 6,000 RPMs at a very loud 47 decibels. Now, how the fan connects to this little controller box is like so. You just take this lead right here, plug it into here, then this would go directly connected into your power supply. Once you have connected it into your power supply, you can then connect this little RPM lead, which will tell you exactly how fast this fan is spinning depending upon which setting you have. Now, the other option is to just simply plug it directly into your motherboard and use this lead here to go into your motherboard as well to monitor the RPMs. And if you do that, the fan is just going to be at the highest spin, which is 6,000 RPMs. This heatsink is 100% solid copper, and it comes with 36 fins, which is great for dissipating all that heat. And as well here, if you look at the bottom, you'll notice that it's nice and shiny, so you're going to get great contact between the copper and your CPU. This heatsink has all kinds of holes all around the perimeter on it. That is for both the fan to be mounted on top, as well as these clips if you're using it to be installed in a socket 478 motherboard. Now, the fan goes on very simply. There is a right way and a wrong way, and you can't put it on wrong, so that's a great thing. The fan will not go on this way. As you can see, it's not going down, but it will go on this way quite simply. Now, before you start mounting the fan on top, you want to decide or to know what you're going to be using this cooler for, whether it's a socket 370, 462, or 478. If you're using a 370 or a 462, you want to use this little post right here, and make sure when you're placing this down that you have it in the correct orientation, and just slip that down. Then go ahead here and mount the fan on top. By doing so, very simply screw in 2 screws on this side to mount the fan on top, and then on this side, once that's completed, you have the fan installed on top. Now, if you're installing it in a socket 478, well, simply mount the fan on top of the heatsink. Once that's done, you can go on to assembly of the pieces, which will go on the side here. For the socket 478 installation, it comes in 4 little pieces. Now, these 2 pieces here go together like so, and then you take this piece and just mount it onto either side of the heatsink. Once the cooler is assembled for use in a Pentium 4 based motherboard, the next thing to do is install your CPU, apply some thermal compound, then just go ahead and place the cooler into the Pentium 4 bracket on the motherboard. Then simply snap in each corner. Once that's finished, you're ready to connect the fan. Now, I'll just show you how simple this is to install. Again, click down each corner and it's installed. Once assembly of this cooler is finished for installation in an AMD motherboard, you want to install your CPU, apply some thermal compound, then go ahead and install a CPU shim on top, because doing that will really protect the core against any kind of chipping or cracking when you're installing a cooler on top. The next thing to do is just place the cooler like so, then go ahead, pop it into the socket on this side first, then go ahead, use a screwdriver very carefully on the other side, push down, it will snap in. Once that's finished, go ahead and plug your fan in, then you're finished the installation of this cooler. Let's see how loud this fan is at both the low, the medium, and high speed fan setting. I'll go from low to medium to high. Overall, this has got to be one of the most versatile coolers on the market because it fits a socket 370, 462, as well as a 478 based motherboard, as well. The cooling results really speak for themselves, and that little dial, high, medium, and low fan settings is fantastic. If you want maximum performance, go high. If you want to be a little bit quieter, go to the lowest setting, or if you really want an in-between, go to medium. That fan dial, I think, having the option for you to select the speed is great. One minor flaw that I can see in this cooler, and there is not hardly any, this is a personal preference. I would prefer that they would have come up with some kind of non-screwdriver way of mounting the clip into an AMD based board, because if you slip using a screwdriver, you're out of luck. You're going to damage your motherboard more than likely. However, in this one, they have designed the screwdriver position very well. So once you have the screwdriver actually in the side that you're mounting down, it really will not slip out. So they have really ensured that. But then again, if you're using a screwdriver, you can slip. So that is a minor flaw, and I would like and hope that they would improve that design, especially on this particular cooler. But overall, this is a kick-ass cooler. Again, my name is Rodney Reynolds, and this has been another video review. Be sure to check back very soon. I will have a brand new one for you then. Also, be sure to pop into my website at www.3dgameman.com, where there's hundreds of video reviews to view. You can also go in and register if you haven't already. Your registration is completely free. You can go into the forums and you can leave your own suggestions and comments and view all the suggestions and comments and ideas from all the registered members on 3D Game Man. Until the next time, take care.